in a world where electric cars are often seen as luxury items. India just made a bold statement that's echoing across the globe. Not with speed, not with size, but with price. A jaw-dropping $2,099 electric car, and it's real. This is more than a vehicle. It's a wake-up call to the global auto industry. Global wake-up call. India launches $2,099 electric car. India's own EV startup, PMV Electric, has unveiled what could become the world's most affordable electric car, priced at just 174,000 Indian rupees, or around $2,099 US. It's called the PMV EaS-E, and it's small, smart, and surprisingly efficient. This isn't just a concept or a prototype. It's a fully functioning urban commuter vehicle, perfect for cities choked with traffic and rising fuel prices. With a range of up to 160 kilometers, around 100 miles, and a top speed of 70 kilometers per hour, 43 miles per hour, it's built for the average urban driver, not speed demons or status seekers. High voltage. Let's be honest, electric cars are still out of reach for billions. The average EV costs over $30,000 globally, but this move from India flips the script. It redefines the electric car as a basic right, not a premium privilege. Seedling, India has been pushing hard toward cleaner mobility, but this car doesn't just help its cities go green. It forces companies in the US, China, and Europe to rethink their strategy. Because if India can do it at under $2,100, what's stopping the rest of the world? Globe with meridians. So what happens next? Chinese automakers like BYD and Wuling, known for low-cost EVs, are suddenly not the cheapest players anymore. Tesla's $25,000 dream car, it just got outplayed before launch. And legacy automakers like Ford, GM, and Volkswagen, they've been put on notice. Chart decreasing. Analysts predict that this Indian breakthrough could spark a price war in electric mobility, especially in Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America, where affordability, not features, decides the market. Of course, there are challenges. Safety regulations, international standards, and infrastructure still pose hurdles. This car isn't designed for high-speed highways or crash test glory. It's for the realities of everyday life in crowded cities. But that's exactly why it matters. Automobile, India just proved that the future mobility isn't being written in the labs of Silicon Valley. It's being built on the bustling streets of Mumbai, Delhi, and Bengaluru. A $2,099 electric car isn't just an engineering feat. It's a global statement. The EV revolution belongs to everyone. And this right here might be the spark that ignites it worldwide. India, this bold step isn't random. It's strategic. India is rapidly emerging as a global manufacturing powerhouse, and this EV might be its most disruptive export yet. The government's push for Make in India and local innovation is fueling a new generation of entrepreneurs who aren't just catching up with the West, they're leapfrogging it. With favorable policies, subsidies, and growing public demand for clean mobility, India is laying the blueprint for affordable, scalable EV production and showing other nations how to do it without billion-dollar budgets. Compare that to Western EV giants who focus on premium buyers. India's approach is different. It's bottom-up innovation, build for the masses first. And now the world is watching. Bar chart. Some critics argue that a sub-$2 100 car can't offer real value. They point to safety, quality, and tech limitations. But what they overlook is context. In cities where cars crawl through traffic, where people prioritize cost over horsepower, and where the climate crisis is accelerating, this is the car people need. Just like mobile phones revolutionized developing nations without landlines, these EVs could bypass gas infrastructure altogether and plug directly into a clean future. Globe show in Europe, Africa. Now the question is, how will the world respond? Will American automakers follow with their own budget EVs? Will Europe loosen regulations to allow micro-EV versus in dense cities? Will African and Latin American nations import these models to spark their own mobility revolutions? India may have just lit the fuse, and the EV industry is about to explode in every direction. Seedling. At its heart, this $2,099 car is more than a machine. It's a symbol of democratized innovation, of nations stepping into their own power. and of a world slowly realizing that the future won't wait for the wealthy to lead. It will be built by those who dare to dream smaller and smarter. This $2,099 EV doesn't just shake up the West. It sends a loud message to the global South. From Nairobi to Lagos, Dhaka to Manila, developing nations are grappling with high fuel costs, poor public transport, and soaring pollution. But importing Teslas or German EVs? Unrealistic. India's breakthrough offers something else, a realistic, replicable model. Low cost, low emission, locally adaptable. Imagine this. Small EVs built locally in Nigeria, powered by solar in Kenya, assembled in Indonesia. India just gave the global South a blueprint, not just for transportation, but for economic independence. China has long dominated the affordable EV segment. Its wooling mini EV became a sensation. But now, India is stepping onto that same playing field and possibly leveling it. While China focuses on mass production and exports, India is betting on something deeper. Ultra-affordable EVs designed specifically for the daily struggles of developing cities. And with its massive youth population, engineering talent, and cost efficiency, India could become the world's next EV superpower. This isn't just a competition of cars. It's a clash of philosophies, scale versus simplicity. And the world is now watching who wins. Light bulb, in the past, status came from size. From V8 engines, luxury interiors, chrome finishes. But the future? It might look very different. Imagine cities where tiny, electric, affordable cars become the new norm. Where status isn't about excess, but about efficiency, sustainability, and smart design. This $2,099 car might just redefine what it means to arrive in style. Minimal, modern, accessible. This isn't downsizing. It's right sizing for the planet and for the people. What India has truly unlocked isn't just a cheap EV. It's the dawn of EV localization. Think about it. Why should EVs be designed in Detroit, manufactured in Shanghai, and sold in Johannesburg, when they can be designed for local needs, built with local materials, and powered by local energy? This is how real revolutions work. Not from billion-dollar factories, but from accessible ecosystems that adapt to their environments. India's $2,099 EV proves that you don't need to wait for big brands to trickle down innovation. You can build it right where you are. And let's not forget the most powerful fuel in India's EV rise, its youth. More than 50% of India's population is under 30. This generation isn't dreaming about gas-guzzling SUVs. They want something clean, cool, and conscious. For them, this tiny electric car is more than transportation. It's a movement, a statement, even a canvas for innovation. The age of my first car is being redefined, and it doesn't cost $25,000 anymore. Until now, the EV revolution was moving, but slowly, hindered by price tags, charging anxiety, and corporate red tape. But India's launch has hit the fast-forward button. Because here's the truth. White heavy checkmark if a reliable EV can be built $4,299. White heavy checkmark if it can be powered by solar, run in dense cities, and serve millions. Then the barriers we once believed were immovable are crumbling. It's not just about EV adoption anymore. It's about EV acceleration. And now, the whole world is in the fast lane. For over a century, oil has ruled the world economy. It's powered cars, shaped foreign policy, and even triggered wars. But one humble $2,099 electric car could be part of the biggest threat yet to that dominance. Because if India can scale this model, if Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America follow, millions could leap straight from two-wheelers and buses to electric cars without ever needing gasoline. That's not just an economic shift. That is a civilizational pivot away from oil. This sudden disruption hasn't gone unnoticed. Governments, energy ministers, and trade bodies across the globe are scrambling to respond. Do they subsidize their own local EV startups? Do they protect legacy automakers with tariffs? Or do they open the gates and risk being outpaced by India's affordability first revolution? Compass for many policymakers. The question isn't just about tech. It's about identity. Are we ready to embrace a world where mobility leadership comes from the global south. Automobile, the EV industry has long been obsessed with range, speed, and luxury. But that's changing. Welcome to the age of the micro EV, compact, ultra-efficient, and city-ready. These cars don't need 300-mile range or self-driving AI. They just need to get you to work, to school, to the store, without pollution or a price tag that breaks a bank. And now, they're becoming aspirational. Cityscape at dusk. In urban jungles where space is tight and time is limited, micro-EV Versas are the perfect fit. And thanks to India, they're finally affordable. India, let's take a step back. For decades, India was known as the back office of the world, a place of service centers, software coders, and outsourcing giants. But now, it's writing the playbook for clean transportation. With rising talent, manufacturing muscle, and deep understanding of local needs, India is no longer following trends. It's setting them. And this isn't about one company or one model. It's about a shift in where we believe innovation comes from. From the margins to the mainstream, we can now begin building toward a global cinematic finale, tying all threads together and closing with visionary outlook on the next 5 to 10 years. Globe show in Europe, Africa. So here we are, watching history unfold not in Silicon Valley, not in Germany, but on the busy, crowded streets of India. A $2,099 electric car has done what billion-dollar innovations couldn't. It's made the EV revolution feel real, reachable, ours. High voltage. It's proof that innovation doesn't need to be expensive to be extraordinary. That progress can come not from the biggest engines, but from the boldest ideas. And that sometimes the spark that changes the world comes in the form of something small. Motorway. As nations race to catch up, one thing is clear. The road ahead has changed. And India is not just on it. It's leading the way.